Hello and welcome to the TEFL Textbook Review, a resource for you to select the best textbooks and supplemental materials for your English language learners. In this video, we will take a look at Cambridge English for Engineering. In order to get an overview, a quick look at some of the finer details and insights from a teacher's perspective. Now, this book is from the Cambridge Professional English series. This book is by Mark Ibbotson, and the series editor is Jeremy Day. Okay, let's be honest. English and engineering. Engineering and English. Perhaps not the pairing we normally think of. Also, to be honest, perhaps engineering isn't the subject that gets learners talking, that gets them interacting, that gets them being creative and taking risks in the language. Okay, so that's out of the way. The truth is, there is a demand for an ESP course in engineering. So, as usual, this book can be used for a course or individual learning or tutoring, and there is a place for this. There is demand for a book like this. Now, this book has 10 units, and it's designed for civil, mechanical, and electrical engineers. So right off the bat, what do engineers need to be able to do in English? What kind of topics need to be covered? Well, there's a lot of describing that goes on in this book. Describing technical functions, describing a process, describing components, phases, procedures, technical requirements. And besides describing, one of the other important words in this book is discussing. Being able to discuss maintenance, cause and effect, performance, limitations. So obviously, the functions in this book are not going to involve a lot of social interaction. But thankfully, the activities do. I'm impressed with the number of activities that are meant to be done in pairs or in groups. So although you might think, oh, this subject matter is going to be rather dry, the book does a great job of encouraging interaction amongst the learners. So the book is meant for B1 to B2 learners, and I think that's fair. If anything, some of the technical writing might be a bit too challenging for your typical B1 student. Now, there is an interesting juxtaposition in which we find an activity that's reviewing basic prepositions within a unit that's describing very specific components and assembly. And that's kind of a trend you see in this book. So the students might not be at this incredible level in their English, but they're still interacting with low frequency technical vocabulary. So as a teacher, we might get kind of tricked into thinking that, well, since the book covers propulsion systems, then that must mean the students have a huge vocabulary and command of grammar. And that's not the case. So we have to kind of juggle these two things, that we're working with technical vocabulary, but still needing to bring that down to their level. The back of the book has the typical things: audio script, answers to exercises, and a nice glossary for all the technical terms. My one criticism is that the units don't have a nice culminating activity to display learning or simply wrap up the subject. So that's something that the teacher needs to bring in to supplement in order to bring each unit to a close and assess where the learners are at. If you've used this book, please share your experiences in the comments. If you recommend another book for English for Engineering, please share that as well, and I will see you in the next TEFL textbook review.